Was it all a dream? Was it Anakin's dream? Hi, welcome back to Panda Reacts. I'm Sandra, and it's Clone Wars episodes 17 and 18 tonight. Yes, of season 3. So I'm getting to the end of season 3, which is good because I'm learning so much from The Mandalorian, kind of getting things mixed up. So last episode was like a two-parter, and it was all about this crazy planet where this father had two children, the dark side and the light side of the Force. So basically, the planet was a personification of the Force, where these two children were kept in balance. And the dad was pretty much like, well, if they become out of balance, then that bodes not good for pretty much the entire universe. So he lured Anakin there because Anakin was the chosen one. So it kind of had a little debate at the end that, you know, is he really the chosen one? Is Luke the chosen one? Is Rey the chosen one? Who is the chosen one? Is Baby Yoda the chosen one now that we see him? But I think it was one of my commenters. So Kevin Mortico said, it's official, this arc cements Anakin as the chosen one. That's very true. If it wasn't for this exact episode, it definitely wouldn't be, I wouldn't be completely certain that Anakin was indeed the chosen one. But considering the fact that he brought, like Kevin said, he brought two Force deities to their knees, I think that's pretty much enough. Was able to quash both of them at the same time and cement his himself as the official chosen one. However, he chose not to stay and spend eternity making them balance each other, which I must say is pretty boring. I would not want it to have stayed either. But now the stage is set. He's whacked up the Force, and this is kind of the foreshadowing of his going down the tubes. So let's see what people said. Kevin, again, the brother was voiced by Sam Witwer. He played Darth Vader's apprentice named Starkiller in the now non-canon Force Unleashed games. Yes, and I don't play video games, so it's interesting that you say Starkiller is the apprentice because that was the original name of Luke Skywalker in the original scripts that George Lucas wrote, and he was supposed to be kind of a general and perhaps having an apprentice. So that's interesting. They brought the name Star Killer back. He decided not to use that name in the long run because of the connotations of it be having killer on the end. Okay, so Makesy says that it's explained in the novelization of The Rise of Skywalker that Palpatine's son is a Strand-cast clone of Palpatine. Well, that makes a lot more sense because I always wondered who would get with Palpatine. I always had a theory that he had a kid. I kind of was thinking, I sometimes write these scripts in my head, and one of them was a secret Palpatine child who was kept away from Palpatine, similar to Luke and Leia being kept away from Anakin, but was so strong that they're able to defeat their own father and bring balance to the Force more so than Luke and Vader. That was kind of something I was thinking about on the side, but very interesting concept that it would be a clone and not a surprise. Paul Griffin says Mortis, which is that weird Force planet, is simultaneously did happen and maybe doesn't happen, but kind of does but not. It has no lasting effects. It has no foreshadowing, yet a long history. That's funny because I felt that it was a foreshadowing. But yeah, at the beginning it felt like it was in a fantasy game that they were playing and not real. Uh, so yeah, it's literal and metaphorical, and I don't even know. That's funny. Yeah, I don't know what Mortis is about. Is it real? Is it Anakin's dream? What the heck is going on there? Uh, I'm confused. If I see it again, maybe I'll give it more of my thought. But I feel like this was like a, hey, let's prove that Anakin is the chosen one instead of this guesswork on whether it's him or Luke or Ray or Baby Yoda. There has been a few people who've written lately that Baby Yoda is actually the chosen one. He was hidden, and we don't quite know what his deal is. Although, and as usual, no one will train him. Anakin, Yoda didn't want him trained. Luke, he said he didn't want to train. Baby Yoda, Ahsoka said she didn't want to train him. So here's three characters that have that in common, that nobody wants to train them because of their intense feelings that they have. And no kidding, Baby Yoda has been, if we're to go back in time, to Order 66, when he was approximately maybe 25 years old as a baby, that he form that he is, we're flashing forward about 25 years, maybe a little more. Some, I'm kind of estimating his age. So he's 50 now. So if it took this long for him to be found from Order 66 to now, he's had a really dark period of his life that he's scared of and fearful of. So I'm interested to find out what he has been through and how it will affect him. Do I think that Baby Yoda even wants to be trained as a Jedi? No, clearly not. He wants to play with that little silver ball and stay with Mando. He even shrugged in the last episode. He was like, because Mando was like, "Hey, are you gonna get, aren't you excited to learn some more Jedi tricks?" And he's like, while he was grunting, he kind of shrugged. I saw that and I was like, he doesn't care, Mando. He wants to stay with you. So it'll be interesting how this all rolls out after they rescue him from Moff. I like him to also force choke Moff. That would be super awesome. So let's get to it then and see what the 2 episodes. Ghosts of Mortis. No! I have to see Mortis again. This is like a video game. It's like there's a checkpoint, there's a checkpoint. There's another checkpoint. Force heal her, yo. Can't you do that? Hi, Liam Neeson.
Master, do you believe you are the chosen one?
I do now.
How can I know?
I am merely letting the will of the Force take shape.
Oh, that's not good.
Has he gone?
To the will of the dark side.
Oh. This is where the the One Ring was forged. Oh. Hey.
I believe there has been a misunderstanding.
You cannot interfere.
Oh, I always do.
I see it. If we were not supposed to interfere, Ahsoka and I wouldn't be here in the first place.
No.
I don't want to see the future. Stop it.
Know yourself.
That's all in Revenge of the... what? You saw it and you still became it? What the hell are you talking about? What? You showed him what he was going to become? That's not cool, because if he knows, then...
Do such terrible things.
Yeah, you will.
Yes.
Join me, and together we will destroy this Emperor you see in your visions. Then we shall end war, corruption, and suffering throughout the galaxy.
No. It's just another emperor. Doesn't matter. It's the same thing. This emperor, that emperor.
You will try to stop me.
Oh! Hey, hey, hey! Hey, hey, hey! That's not okay.
Anakin, why?
Oh, of course you have to cackle maniacally. That's how it works. What is wrong with you? Dun, dun, dun.
Ahsoka, what have you done?
Prevented you from being a jerk.
Stay here.
What, are you gonna go kill your father? I think so. I think that's what's next on the to-do list.
What you have seen must be forgotten.
Good. Good, okay, cool. I was wondering, why did he... If he knows what he's gonna end up as, that's not good. What are you doing? Your sister is lying in there because you killed her. So can you just leave her there? Don't zombie her. If you zombie her, I'll be really upset. Oh, she has the sword. Are you getting that sword to kill your father with? Anakin, you brought him down before. You can do it again. No! Give me my lightsaber back!
There is no going back.
He's gonna kill himself?
So you have betrayed me, Father.
Oh yeah, I totally did. Because you were being a total jerk. Was it all a dream? Was it Anakin's dream? It was all a dream. Or was it like Narnia?
Jedi Master Evan Piel's cruiser.
Oh, who's this? Evan Piel?
Seeking vital information he carries about secret hyperspace lanes
Ooh.
called the Nexus Route. Some of his forces have taken him alive. You two have much to discuss.
Oh, what's this mean? That you're not bringing her?
I'm sorry I didn't tell you earlier.
These are your troops. They're battle droids.
R2 has troops?
I've never been carbon frozen before, General. And it's the first time for us, too.
What? They're gonna carbon freeze you? Oh, Lord.
This is your idea. Carbon freezing?
I have an issue with this one. Because Darth Vader is testing an Empire on Luke, or on Han, to see if a person can be frozen. So why is it that they already know that they can be frozen? Questions? Oh my god, it's the Eye of Sauron. That is exactly Lord of the Rings.
Make sure every part of that ship is scanned for life forms.
Who are you?
Yes, Commander.
Make no mistake, but at the Citadel, breaking Jedi is our specialty.
Looking like a freak is also your specialty.
Learn to fear us.
Dang. I'm telling you, Mordor. That is the Eye of Sauron. And then everything behind it is exactly the same. It's all lava and pity.
Hey, Snips.
Hey, Master.
Wait a second! What are you doing there? I don't like the looks of that. No thanks. I want a free climate. I'd like some rope holding me up. What? No. You fall and you're dead. You're in the lava.
Hanging in there, Snips?
Oh! Doing my chin-ups? Oh, no. Okay. Oh, you don't see that hand? I'm Batman. Oh no, you're not supposed to find out. Oh no, you're gonna fall. Oh, hey. No! It's not that hard. Oh man. Ah! It's coming after you. Oh, sorry, dude. Yeah, long shot. Nice name. Was a long shot that he would live. Yeah, baby. Keeping both my eye, you're dead. I love how you screamed, though. I didn't think droids would scream like that. Called lightsabers. Whoosha!
Captain Tarkin. Thought I'd see you again.
Tarkin?
Tarkin, this is Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker.
Tarkin, this is not good. I smell your foul stench. Oh, one day, Tarkin will be your sidekick. So we're back on Mortis for the first episode, and Anakin basically saw his future as Darth Vader exactly like it unfolds in Revenge of the Sith. And I was all like, what? He knew about his future and he still followed that through? But then the dad erased his mind, so then it was like, okay, cool, now I understand. Because I'm like, if he knew what was going to happen and the whole Darth Sidious thing, then, you know, he he would not have, that would not have unfolded the way it did. So yeah, he erased Anakin's memories of that. And then the old man discovered that if he killed himself, he would take his son's power away. But just for good measure, Anakin killed the son as well. So that was pretty much it. But at the end, they're like waking up and like, was that a dream? Are we on Dallas? Is Bobby alive? Is he dead? Why is he in the shower? That kind of thing. I don't know what's going on. So I was kind of like, oh no, we're back on Mortis. Ah! But it didn't end. It ended okay. And then we had a few iffy moments in the next episode where they were all going to the Citadel to rescue one of the other Jedi, Master Piel, who had they thought the secret files to find the Nexus route, which is some fast moving portal thingy that the Republic wanted to use. So there was a whole thing between Ahsoka going, not going, but she ended up sneaking on. Here is where I had an issue. To get on the ship, they all carbon froze themselves. Okay. This takes place before Empire Strikes Back. I know someone's going to call me on this. I think I know what you're going to say, too. So in Empire Strikes Back, Vader's whole thing is, I'm going to carbon freeze Luke as like a gift for the Emperor. So, in Cloud City. And the Ugnaughts that worked there, and I think it was actually Lando who said, well, we've never frozen a person. This is for like cargo and stuff. And he's like, well, that's why I'm trying it on someone else. And that's what Han Solo gets all frozen in carbonite, blah, blah. So, is it true that you could always freeze people? It's just that Cloud City had never used their thing to freeze people, and it was kind of reworked by the Ugnaughts to make that happen. Or did they screw up and not remember that they didn't freeze people in carbonite in Empire, and that was something they hadn't done before? So that's my question. It seems that Vader knows you can freeze people, but that they were reworking it to make it work. So I've given Filoni the benefit of the doubt that he did know that, because he knows a heck of a lot more than me most of the time in Star Wars. So I'm going to gather that if I went back in some books or whatever, they carbon froze people back in the canon, and then Vader just wanted to do it, and he needed the stuff to be rejigged to do it. That was one of my points, because I was like, what? Then, when they were unfrozen and they weren't blind, I was like, what the heck? When you unfreeze somebody, don't they have some kind of lingering effects? That is from Return of the Jedi, when Han has hibernation sickness and he's blind and it'll go away in time, says Leia, who's wearing a mask that alters her voice. But I'm going to say that Han was in carbon freezing for a lot longer than the Jedi on the transport ship. So I'm guessing that if you're not in it very long, you don't have any effects normally. However, with Han being in it so long and then being unfrozen, perhaps not everyone gets hibernation sickness, but perhaps he did, because either he just happened to get it, or he was in it so long that it was inevitable that he would get hibernation sickness. Because there's obviously a chunk of time between when he was frozen and taken by Boba Fett and when Leia goes and rescues him from the palace. Because he's been hanging on the wall of Jabba's palace while Luke didn't finish his training, because he went back to Yoda to say, I need to finish it. But obviously got all more Jedi training so he could go back and get Han, because he showed up with his own lightsaber that he'd made. So he completed his Jedi training in some way, because when you build your own lightsaber, that's said to be the final thing that makes you a Jedi. But people can argue with me there. That's where I'm getting all of this from. So that's what I'm concluding, that somehow there is a pre-existing ability to carbon freeze humans that has been used prior to Empire, that Anakin knows about it, and that's why when he's Darth Vader, he tries to carve and freeze Han and Luke, and that the sickness did not affect the Jedis in this episode because they weren't in it hanging on Jabba's wall for like God knows a year or something. So that's what I'm putting out there. You can tell me if you think I'm right or wrong, or where in previous canon they used any of this, because I might not have seen that before. So then I forgot to mention on Mortis, they kept playing the Vader theme like constantly because Anakin went hardcore dark for a while there. He was going to fight against Obi-Wan. The one thing I noticed is that Anakin and Vader have never used the lightning zap power. Whether that's because Vader wasn't dark as long as the other people were, I don't know. But it seems to me that you have to be like super bad to be able to use the lightning power. Yoda never used it either. He just was able to deflect it, suck it in, and throw it back, which was pretty freaking cool. So that's where I'm at with that. I liked this episode. It looks like it's going to continue because now they're in the caverns. Here's the thing: Tarkin's there, and if you watched episode New Hope, which I'm sure you have, Grand Moff Tarkin is Vader's sidekick. More like he controls Vader at that point in time, because in A New Hope, it doesn't seem like Vader is the person in charge. We don't know about the Emperor really too much in The New Hope. We kind of get this idea that he exists, but we don't know about him too much. But what we see is that Tarkin is the one that holds, as Leia says, holds Vader's leash. So I wonder how we get from Tarkin being this ship captain who helped Master Piel to the person who basically runs a giant Imperial starship and controls Vader as much as you can control Vader. He's the only human non-Jedi that has any power over Vader in pretty much the entire series. So I'm not sure why that was. Tarkin bites it, but the fact is that Moff Tarkin was in this episode, although he's just known as a commander. I think it was Commander Tarkin. But I knew who he was right away. And he also has a little bit of argument with Anakin, and there's a little gleam to Tarkin's eye, because it's not all on the good side of things. So watch out for Tarkin in this next few episodes. I think we might learn a little bit more about how he goes to the Palpatine side and ends up being in charge of Vader. So anyway, if you like my videos, please subscribe. If you'd like to see more of my Clone Wars reactions, check out my playlist. Please leave your comments. I always like to discuss them at the beginning of my videos. And hopefully you join Ken and I for Friday. It's Mandalorian episode 7. And we're very excited to get to that part, because Moff Gideon had tiny baby shackles, and what kind of psycho keeps shackles for a baby? I'm just telling you, that takes a lot of psycho. So until next time,